Welcome back to EIS Sheffield, where it's the DBL Sharks leading the Leeds Force 43-29. Joined by Sharks player Marko Bakovic. And Marko, first half there, Sharks seem in control, but Force definitely not letting them run away with it.
Yeah, you just feel like the Sharks were rushing a little bit towards the end, which allowed Leeds to get back into the game. You know, so the Sharks, they need to slow it down, play at their own pace. Whereas, you know, I'm sure Leeds will be wanting to, you know, keep more of the same. Really, that second quarter.
And the Sharks there, Zach Gachette, 14 points, and Mo Williams, the big man, 12 points, and 4 rebounds to go with it. And the Sharks just at McKnight there, 5 rebounds, 2 assists. And just everybody, the Sharks certainly sharing it all out with the scoring, and the Force relying heavily on at the moment the 2 big men, Williams and Sinani.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the, the Sharks, they've spread the minutes out quite well. There's only Jacob Cawthorne to check in yet. But yeah, they've looked all right. The Sharks have looked all right so far. But like we've both said in the first half, that we feel like there's another gear to come just yet.
Alexander misses that one. Sinani gets the rebound. It's with D'Souza. Williams finds Brownhill. Marsden there gets it into Williams inside, who pulls up from the top. Hits that shot.
We're a bit looking at roll his ankle there or something. Looks in pain.
Yeah, picked up a little. I think he got stood on somebody's foot on the rebound. Sees Rolls Tyson come back in. Alexander now pops it over the top off the pick and roll to Marsden. Spins inside, goes underneath, but Sinani comes over. Makes the block. Good help there from the Force. Big man Sinani. Force advance the ball over the half. It's with Murier. Back to D'Souza now. Screen there from Williams. Souza finds it all the way around to Murier. Goes up over Chris Alexander. Doesn't drop. Marsden pulls it in, and the Sharks come down the floor quickly. And he throws it up to Rolls Tyson, and somehow Alexander comes up with the offensive round, goes back inside, can't find a way through, and it gets reversed to Williams, who hits the 3.
Nice patience there after the offensive board.
Alexander chasing that down, trying to get another steal there, but Williams finding a teammate. Murier
nice
there,
steal
from Bert Williams. This time it goes up, and Williams takes off and throws it down.
Yeah, it makes that look a little bit too easy to get up that high.
I'm not sure it was the greatest pass from Alexander, but it didn't matter because he had enough time up there to adjust and make sure it went in. Murier there loses the dribble, turns it over.
Yeah, I was going to say, it doesn't really matter if you mess the pass up a little bit when someone like Dirk Williams is going up there to get it.
Sharks out to a 17-point lead. Alexander finds it opposite to McKnight. And Sinani there jumps in front, gets the foul. Picks up his second foul. Rolls Tyson, nowhere to go there, kicks it out to Williams. He looks inside, doesn't go with it, finds Alexander. Screen comes from Marsden, who skips off it, but Alexander hits the 3 off the dribble. D'Souza now with the ball. Gets it inside to Sinani. Dirk Williams coming over the top, nearly gets a piece to it, but pulls up for 3. Goes, touches the shot clock there on the back. Chris Alexander there nearly gets the steal. Pushes it out of bounds, forced to get the ball. Chris Alexander there gets a hand on that. Make sure the table officials test their ball skills as well there. Throws it up to Williams there, who pulls it in for his team. Pulls in the corner with D'Souza, hits the three. A lot of pressure there from the Sharks. Can't quite make the stop, but the intensity levels there. Chris Alexander goes down the middle. Doesn't get the drop. Sinani pulls it in. It's with Murier feeling the pressure, the heat coming from Dirk Williams. Sinani there comes down the middle, and McKnight comes up with a steal. Pulls it down. And he throws it up for... And it still comes out in the Sharks' hands there. The follow-up from Rose Tyson didn't drop. Shot clock's counting now and gets kicked opposite. This time Rose Tyson shoots a three. Doesn't drop. Williams with the rebound.
Yeah, Rose Tyson just can't get it to drop right now, unfortunately. Mo Williams using his body there to get over the half-court line.
George Brownell goes underneath. Finds D'Souza opposite. Shot clock's counting now. Williams pulls up, hits a nice jump shot.
Nice.
Mo Williams, the big man out there at the moment, picking up the scoring workload for his team.
Showing he can do it inside, and he's got a nice little jump shot too. Mo Williams looking impressive for the Force at the minute.
McKnight goes into the, finds Alexander in the corner. Doesn't drop. And a quick outlet there.
You know, the Sharks have stopped moving the ball again now. They've started to go a little bit too one-on-one, and, you know, it's showing in the score.
D'Souza there misses again. Sinani. And the Force just throwing it out of bounds there. A lot of good work done by the Force there at the offensive end. The Sharks just all stood watching for a while.
Yeah, you know, the Sharks got to box out and make sure they get that ball.
Sonny Rablicki's come back in, must have had that ankle taped. Marsden goes out. It's like Cachette back in the game for the Sharks. Drives to the basket, doesn't drop for him. Force pulling in with Williams out to D'Souza. Another turnover there, and what's hurting the Force at the moment is just too many turnovers when they...
Yeah, at times it's like almost unforced turnovers too, you know, they're just literally trying to move the ball around and guys are just letting it bounce off their hands and you know, all sorts of body parts. You feel like they're almost just rushing a little bit, they're trying to think about the next play more than just catching the ball at the minute.
So the timeout called and the Sheffield leading 51-36. 15-point lead for the Sharks, but the Force just not letting the Sharks off the hook. They just keep, you know, every time they look like they're going to make a run, they just reel them back in a little bit. It's not, you know, still close enough for everybody to be concerned from a Sharks perspective, and the Force doing a good job, particularly Mo Williams.
No, for sure. What Leeds are doing a great job is that Sharks are, you know, getting themselves into trouble by trying to rush almost, and every time the Sharks aren't settling down and moving the ball and they're missing the shots, Leeds have done a decent job capitalising on that, and you know, the Sharks need to recognise that. They need to know what's working from what isn't, and when we've moved the ball and ran the plays, it's looked good. When we haven't done that and we've tried to revert to doing you know, a lot more one-on-one stuff, it's just not working as well.
Sharks players back on court. Coach Lyons just moving some things around there. Big man Williams sat out for a while at the moment for the Force. Tony Rablicki there sets the screen, comes inside, misses the the layup there and feel that the Sharks big men should dominate while Williams is out of the game. D'Souza shoots, doesn't get it to drop. The Sharks come back down the floor. Rolls Tyson, kicks it in, but can't make it drop. Tries to find Tony Ryblicki inside. Williams inbounds it to Ryblicki. The bump there comes in, it gets inside. D'Souza there does a good job coming through for the steal, but just pushes it out of bounds. Shot clock counting down. 7 seconds left in this one for the shot clock time for the Sharks. So Ryblicki finds McKnight, who pulls up, doesn't drop, gets the rebound. Dribbles out, the Sharks reset. It's with Zach Gachette. He's got nowhere to go. He finds Dirk Williams, who pulls up and hits the three.
Nice three. Sharks needed that.
Pressure there coming from the Sharks, for us with no issues getting it over. Goes into Sinani, finds a double team there. Comes out to Murray, they move it around to D'Souza, puts it on the floor. The fake from Brownell gets Zach Gachette up in the air. And the Sharks pull it in with McKnight. Sharks just resetting again. Nice drive there from Rolls Tyson.
Yeah, he almost needs to shoot there. Feels the contact. He's in his 2 steps. No point passing that ball off, go up. You know, that's the difference between taking the ball out of bounds and then getting the 2 shots. Oh, Jacob Cawthorne coming in for the first time.
So all the Sharks team now checked in this game. Zach Gachette off the curl, hits that shot here a few times tonight. Out to 20 points now for the Sharks. And the Force just hurting themselves at the moment. Another turnover there. Making it easier for the Sharks.
They are indeed. Let's see if the Sharks can capitalise on that.
McKnight finds Gachette opposite, who pulls up for 3. Doesn't drop. Sinani brings it in. Browner now with it. Gets kicked down to D'Souza, who pulls up for 3. Doesn't drop, and Ryblicki pulls it in, and Dirk Williams there looked at maybe the alley-oop play was coming for Zach Gachette, and I think he just lost the dribble and decided I need to take it all the way myself.
I think Zach wanted it, but you know, tough finish from Dirk.
George Brownell shoots the 3, doesn't drop. And great job there by Jacob Cawthorne, holds off Sinani, and who has to foul to try and get that one. D'Souza comes out, goes out, Appleyard comes back in. Dirk Williams now crossing over, finds Jacob Cawthorne, who makes a layup.
Nice offense from the Sharks there, a lot better than some other ones that we've seen so far.
Dasani just moves him out there, but does a good job. Williams back in, big man, trying to get some, letting his team know he wants to pass. George Brownell there kicks it out to Appleyard, who pulls up for 3. Cawthorne gets the rebound with Williams now.
Oh.
Sharks coughed that one up there. Muria kicks it opposite to Brownhill. Looks for the three. Sinani there just could put that back but doesn't get it. And the Sharks come up with the ball on the end line.
Yeah, Sinani's been quite unfortunate for Leeds tonight. He's got himself in some nice positions, but just for some reason just can't get the ball to drop tonight.
Played a lot of minutes for his team. Maybe just needs that quarter break just to refresh. Tony Rablicki now. Cawthorne there, just travelled, didn't quite get the ball down in time there. Sharks now a little bit of full court pressure here. George Brownhill taking care of things. Zach Gachette there, just mixing it up enough for him to think about it. Great pass inside there. Williams couldn't quite get it to Sinani. Another turnover, giving the Sharks another chance to score. 6.7 left. McKnight now with the ball. Puts it on the floor. And Zach Gachette has to take it. Nearly makes it. Right from the corner there. Doesn't quite drop for Zach Gachette. And the Sharks there coming out in the third quarter, Marcon, just imposing themselves a little bit more on the game, taking it out to a 24-point lead, 60-36.
Yeah, they just looked a lot more, like we've said every game this week so far, when they've moved the ball, they've looked like a lot better. They've looked like a lot better side, and they did a lot better job that quarter, just moving the ball, taking the time, not rushing, not throwing up unnecessary shots, and no, they looked a lot better, a lot better.
So when we come back, start the final quarter here in EIS Sheffield, the DBL Sharks 60, the Leeds Force 36. And here we are at the start of the fourth. Force with the ball through Muria. Comes into the big man, Williams. He throws it over the top, or hits the ring. It's Appleyard, pulls it back in, and Williams now with the jump shot. He's not missed from that distance tonight.
He's got a really consistent jump shot for a man of his size, and he's looked good value for it.
Takes him out to 18 points for Mo Williams. Sharks on 60. With Rablicki out through Cawthorne to Dirk Williams. Zach Gachette comes to the middle, pulls up, doesn't drop, but Tony Rablicki gets it. He goes up, doesn't drop. Sinani pulls it in. Just feel a little bit that the game's just slowing down a little bit. Muria there finds Williams, who's definitely trying to go the two big men, and somehow Sinani comes up with that. Two big men there for Force, trying to always work together. So main scoring threats coming from there. Brownell now with the ball for the Force. Puts it into Williams. Travel called there against Williams. Williams now for the Sharks. Pulls up for three. Hits it. Hitting some more points there. Takes him out to 17. Good pass there from Brownell to Sinani. Just fires it through a little gap there inside. Gachet finds Rablicki inside. He's had easier shots to make than that tonight that he's missed, and that one he makes. So Williams there in the middle, gets it over the half for his team. Murray gets it into Sinani. He's going up against Rablicki. Comes through the middle, goes with a nice little hook, and it drops for him. Yeah,
Sinani's found his touch now. He was having difficulty earlier in the game, but looking a lot more consistent.
Williams now up against Appleyard there, nowhere to go on the baseline. Marsden pulls up for the jump shot, knocks it down for two. Lead by 25, the Sharks. Oh, Williams nearly getting a piece to that, but gets it back. And Appleyard from the corner doesn't get the three to drop, and Chris Alexander puts the burners on. He comes down the floor, throws it up for Zach Gachet. Seconds there, just turned on the court as Alexander puts the pressure on.
Oh, good steal from Marsden.
Marsden there gets the steal. The foul comes. Send Marsden to the line for two. Jimmy Mitchell coming back into the game.
Nice spell from Dirk Williams there.
Makes them both. Marsden is out to 29. D'Souza back in the game. Alexander nearly getting a piece of that then. Brownell pulls up for three. Will Williams with the rebound, puts it back in. Jimmy Mitchell now with the ball, finds Tony Rablicki, goes underneath, kicks it into Marsden, who misses that. The Force coming down the floor. Murray goes, tries to go opposite, turns it over with Chris Alexander, who fires it down.
Ah, silly turnover from the Sharks there.
Almost too much time for the Sharks to think about it there, and coming down the floor, the pace, not on the same page, I think, would be the way I described that, but I see a timeout called by the Force. And for the Sharks coming up, you know, few games coming up, Marco, in the near future, just looking to build on this one?
Yeah, I mean, you know, hopefully, no, I mean, the game pretty much is done, I would say. But they've still got 10 minutes to go, so they need to keep going, just see it out. And, sorry, 10 minutes, 6 minutes to go, and we'll see what happens. But yeah, like I said, we need to build on it, take this into the next game, and like we said, try and go 8 undefeated. That's the aim for the Sharks, and, you know, lead us nicely into the playoffs.
Coming up soon, the Sharks away at Newcastle Eagles. A chance for, you know, you've already gone there this season and picked up a W, Marco. Is a chance you need to do that again, and yeah, I'm sure tough place to go to win for any team.
I mean, you know, Newcastle, you know, they've had success for a reason. They've made that place a bit of a fortress. I know that was the first time I've ever been on the bench as a Sharks player and seen a Sharks team win up there. So, but hopefully, you know, we've done it once this season, so I'm sure the guys can feel we can do it again. And, you know, listen, Sharks at the best this season can beat anybody, but the problem is maintaining that best.
Jimmy Mitchell with the steal there off the inbound and the layup. The pressure coming from the Sharks now, full court. Teams coming there. George Brownell just stepping through that, finds Murier, puts it inside to Sinani. Finds Mo Williams, this time doesn't take it. Brownell open to shoot, doesn't drop, and Alexander comes down the floor, wraps it around, finds Zach Gachette open, who doesn't make the two. And Murier there with the rebound for the Force. Williams now trying to get it inside to Sinani, that 1-2 punch, but this time the Sharks come up with a steal again. Jimmy Mitchell now. Fires it inside from Mitchell to Rablicki. Gets it back from Gachette.
Good cut from Jimmy Mitchell.
Comes down
nice
the
find.
middle. And then good pass from Jimmy Mitchell. Sees Marsden coming down the middle. Can't make the score. Marsden hits the first. And the second. Sends it out to 31 for the Sharks in the lead, 75-44. 5 minutes left in this game. Chris Alexander with the steal. Gets the layup there. Good hustle from George Brownell, trying to get back there. Got a piece of it. Just a good finish by Alexander. Made sure still. Williams there goes strong against Rolls Tyson. Just moves him out of the way.
Yeah, Williams had a really good game today. You know, his side has struggled at times, but he himself has been a, you know, has been a credit to his team and played really well. Nice take from Marsden there too.
Nice drive from Rob Marsden there, makes the basket. Mitchell there gets the rebound that just steps out of bounds. Sorry, another rebound, nearly gets the steal there off the pass. It sees Eddie Brownell come back in. Only Sharks player yet to score in this one. I'm sure his teammates will try and find him an opportunity. 4 minutes left to go. And another timeout, this time called by the Leeds Force. Just over 4 minutes left in the game, Marco. Opportunity for Coach Lyons to see some of his other players he doesn't get to see a lot of minutes of in game time tonight. You think he'd be pleased with what you've seen?
Yeah, I think you know, I thought Jimmy Mitchell's looked really good out there tonight. He's finished really well, made some really nice cuts. You know, like we said, hopefully Eddie Brownell can get a few buckets up, or Jacob Cawthorne check back in. So, you know, it's a good opportunity for them guys to prove what they can do to Coach Lyons and, you know, take it from there, really. And
Rolls Tyson, he's benefiting from Mike Tuck not being around to get a few extra minutes.
I mean, that was a big thing, you know. I mean, Mike Tuck's such a big player for the Sharks, but with it in his absence, someone had to step up. And Solomon knew that this was an opportunity for him. And, you know, so I think he's done a pretty good job, especially earlier in the week. You know, he had a double-double. And, you know, I'm sure he'll be looking to build on that against Newcastle too.
So the team's heading back onto court here. The DBL Sharks leading 79 to the Leeds Force 46. And just in his second half, the Sharks just keeping, whether we were just saying our Leeds were keeping the Sharks on the line. The Sharks have bidden through that in this quarter and just at this moment in time just heading off into the distance.
Yeah, the fourth quarter, I'd say it's been the Sharks' best quarter. Maybe some fatigue from Leeds playing a part in that, but you know, they've moved the ball a lot better. Found just a better standard of shot, and they've looked better for it, as reflected in the scoreline, obviously.
Steal there from Murray. Gets the layup there, steals it off Jimmy Mitchell. Brown now looking inside. Sees Zach Gachette. Shot clock's counting down. Zach Gachette's got to make something happen. Goes up, doesn't drop for him, and Sinani pulls a rebound in. Foul call there. Murray pulls up for three. Doesn't drop. Shots come down the floor. Eddie Brownell comes to the middle, can't find a way through. Turns it over. To Sousa now with the ball. Some pressure coming from the Sharks up the floor. Sinani kicks it opposite to George Brownell. Shoots the three. An extra touch on the ring, just took it away from D'Souza there, and the Sharks get the rebound. Zach Gachette goes down the middle. Goes up. Nice finish there from Zach Gachette. Sinani goes all the way through, gets all the way around, but can't find the basket there. Kicks it opposite. Brownell now with a chance for a three. Doesn't drop. Appleyard pulls in the rebound. Sousa gets to the middle, kicks it underneath to Appleyard, who tries to find a pass out. Brownell manages to get it, pulls it in, and Sinani reaches, gets the offensive rebound there. It comes all the way back out to D'Souza. Shot clock counting down. D'Souza out to shoot it. Doesn't get anything there, and only if Rolls Tyson can class that as a rebound or a steal. We'll let the stats people count that one. Zach Gachette pulls up from outside. Doesn't drop. The ball there, just a game. D'Souza coming down the middle, goes up, makes the layup.
Tough finish there from D'Souza.
Brownell now finds Jimmy Mitchell.
Oh, nice shot,
just
Jimmy.
On the line for two. Timeout called there, I think, by the Leeds force. Down currently trailing 33. The Sharks just locking up on the defensive end at the moment for the Leeds, not letting them get any easy baskets at all.
Yeah, it's been a tough fourth quarter for Leeds. You know, they've had the effort, but you know the Sharks stepped up a little bit and they've found it a bit tough to cope.
come back out of this timeout. The Sharks leading Leeds Force 83-50. The big scorers in the game, Zach Gachette with 20. Dirk Williams also scoring big.
17 from Dirk. Mo Williams with a big 22 for Leeds Force too.
And he's been the driving force behind that team today. He's the two big men really doing all the hard work for the Leeds Force.
11 points from Jimmy Mitchell.
Here's Williams back in the game for these last few seconds, and he gets it to Simani, who says, "I'm still here, everybody." Throws it down. Brownell there, a lot of pressure coming, keeps the ball alive, goes all the way to the middle, and Sinani there with the block. Ball comes in, Zach Gachette off the corner turn again. Doesn't drop, and the shot clock counting down. And I think that's it for this one. The Sharks winning 83-52 here at EIS Sheffield. And you just got to think, Marco, just solid performance by the Sharks.
Yeah, I mean, I think many expected the Sharks to win in a similar fashion at least, and it was a solid performance from the Sharks. Leeds showed glimpses of what they can do too. I'm sure they'll look to build on this as well. But yeah, overall, it's a good day for the Sharks after a tough week.
So the Sharks come out this weekend with a win, 83-52, and coming up this week in the BBL, the British Basketball League, the Newcastle Eagles versus the Worcester Wolves, and the London Lions versus the Plymouth Raiders. Two tough games, all those teams vying for playoff positions, and the Eagles wanting to make sure they secure second place.
Yeah, like we said, every game's a big game now. So all these teams, as well as the Sharks, are, trying to get the best spot they possibly can for the playoffs, and it's going to be a good week of basketball in the BBL.
So there we have it. Here we finish here in Sheffield. The DBL Sharks 83, the Leeds Force 52.